So I'll use Firefox. Go to I think it's XBRL viewer .fasb.org. Oh, that's not it. Hold on.
Stop now.
XBRL view.
Oh, okay. XBRL, there it is. Does it go straight here?
Yeah.
Did it? Open taxonomy.
Wait, can you repeat the website?
Yes, I can. XBRL.
I have that review
XBRL view. Dot. Okay. And click on US GAAP 2013. Let's see. All. Like that. All. Open it. You guys getting the same thing I'm getting?
Yes.
Okay. So let's go to Statement of Financial Position Classified. Okay, now abstract. So whenever it says abstract next to one of these items, so you're going to see some are these XBRL tags. They're either abstract or they're not. And abstract serve as like headers and titles. Okay, so you'll always have abstract before the non-abstract items. So this would be abstract. Let's drill down a little more. Table. Assets. Oh, here we go. US GAAP 2013. Okay, so you see, I drilled down to line items within the balance sheet. We have assets, liabilities, and equity. So I went into assets, and everything's still abstract. So you do current or non-current assets. Of course, then there's assets total, and that's not abstract. That's an actual number, right? So let's click on that one. This is the taxonomy. Remember the dictionary of tags that have been predefined. Allows for the XBRL standardization. I'm just going really slow. There we go. Okay.
Is it working?
Yeah, it works. Pretty good. Okay, so here's a label for assets. Here's like a definition. So you can figure out if this is the right tag. So definition, sum of the carrying amounts as of the balance sheet date of all assets that are recognized. Assets are probable future economic benefits obtained or controlled by an entity as a result of past transactions or events. This is exactly what we wanted. Good. Now, let's go down. So, assets has a presentation reference, and these these references basically refer to when this XBRL document is rendered. What should it look like? Where should the assets go in relation to other tags? So, okay, now here are the properties of the assets tag. Like we were talking about the ID or whether it's US dollars or things like that. So these are all the different properties you can give that tag. So its name. The namespace is who basically it shows a website, but it's basically just telling you what the name of the organization is that developed this tag. There's a data type, so it's a monetary item. XBRL type, monetary item.
This one?
Something called substitution group. Period type. So is this something that is a snapshot in time? So there's instant and then there's duration. So this is instant. It's not abstract. But it is nillable. And it's a debit balance. Okay? So here's everything you need to know about the total assets tag in US GAAP XBRL. Here are other tabs up here about relationships. See all these calculations? So this is telling you that you add up all these things here to derive assets. So XBRL specifies which other tags are actually components of this tag. Now, even though XBRL does this, it doesn't calculate and put data in for you. Say our assets don't add up to what they should, because this is specifying you add all these other items, you should get your total assets. Let's say our calculation doesn't match with what XBRL kind of predicted. It'll flag that for us, but it won't actually change anything for us. Okay. So more calculations. So current assets plus non-current assets equals assets. So that's part of XBRL taxonomy. That's part of the link base. And then the tree location is just another view of this tree right here. Okay, so someone go into the liabilities and equity group and find another tag that you want to analyze. So, well, you already well. Liabilities and equity. Let's not do a total. Let's do. Chris Vasquez. Okay, how do you get this? Right there. Okay. So, Chris, see if you can explain to me what we see here. All right. Let's go to the top. What do you see? It's like a caption that will appear in the rendering of the XBRL instead of the XBRL name. You can create your own labels. And what's this?
Description.
It's like the definition of it, right? All right. Do you remember what I said the presentation references?
Yeah,
Just in general.
just like they refer to the author. In this case, it would be like FASB's description of what that label is, and I guess what the accounts payable current account is supposed to represent.
Well, I think the presentation reference more refers to how, when it's rendered, where will it appear in the document.
Okay.
But I think what you were saying is FASB's definition, that's part of the namespace property,
Okay.
saying this comes from this organization. And it looks like a URL, but it's not meant to be used that way. Like you click on it and it goes to it. So this is the name accounts payable current. So we can take this name, and I want to open a instance document somewhere. So remember, I have this Facebook instance document, and let's say this is obviously machine readable, but I can also Control F, accounts payable current. Find accounts payable current. And I found two different facts that are named accounts payable current. The ID and the amount. Anyway, are there any questions about XBRL at all? Any questions before we leave this topic in the dust? Jackie?
I came back late, so I missed the beginning of this. Is this the site, the FASB, the XRBL, FASB.org? Is this the site that someone coding would go to look at the taxonomy?
This is the official source. Yeah. So, I guess
It's the reference site.
yeah, the official source.
Is there any reason why they would have are they referencing two different statements? What a fancy
Yes.
Maybe one was for too long to tone, and the other one for too long to copy.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Okay.
So it's comparing. I admit it. Thank you. That makes so much more sense now. I was hoping no one would ask. But I'm glad you did. Okay. So
I don't know why you would go here.
why I would go here?
No, to this website. Like, I don't.
It's just the official documentation. So if you need to find the definition of the tag, making sure you're using the right tag for the piece of information you want to put in, then you can go to that website.
So these are the pre-done tags without extensions. Basically.
Yeah, and then some of the extension documents are probably on this website too.
Okay.
The predefined extensions, depending on region and industry. Oh, well,
This code is XML.
this is XML. XBRL is XML. Okay. So I was checking the syllabus, and I'm surprised to find there's no homework assignment for. There is one for Wednesday, homework assignment number 3. So I will give you the assignment 3. Now today I'm taking a big risk because I made the homework assignment and I'm positive it'll work on your Microsoft machine. Not positive it'll work very well with the Apple people. So we're going to try it out, okay? And adjust depending on what happens. How many of you have only a Mac version of Excel? That's quite a few. That's about third class. Well, at any rate,
Where did you put it under?
so whatever.
The assignment. Did you post it already?
Yeah,
Let's
but-
see if it works.
Oh, no, you don't need to see it. So what I've done is on Blackboard, I've downloaded 2 documents. I've uploaded 2 documents. So I want you guys to download it. One is called DB macros and Northwind Excel Northwind data. Okay. So download those 2 documents while I. Now, I also forgot to create a place for you guys to upload your reports. I'll have that today. So, put those in by tomorrow. Okay? People who wrote, did their 500-page reports, 500 word reports. It's 500 pages. You don't get any credit. Yeah.
You want, regarding the DB macros file, is that something we're doing in class?
Yeah, we're doing that in class. Okay.
Could I share with somebody, because I didn't bring my PC, I just brought my Mac.
Well, do you have Excel on your Mac?
I have an older version.
Yeah, you can share with someone. You can sit by. I don't know your name.
Alright, I'll
You can sit by Colette. Yes.
Homework on which files again? DB macros?
Yeah. Just download those 2 files right now on your computer. They're on Blackboard. DB macros and Northwind. What's it called? Northwind Excel DB. Okay. So I'm going to open up DB macros. Okay. And whenever you're in a spreadsheet and you want to see the code, you can hit Alt F11. I don't know if that works with Macs.
On Mac, yeah.
Function Alt F11. Okay, for Mac. Okay. So what I've done. Okay, what I need all of you to do is pay very close attention to the following set of instructions. Watch exactly what I do. Otherwise, this code will not work on your computer. So what you need to do is, hold on. When I figure out, the problem is it cut off part of the screen. How do I get the menu?
When I opened the download, it opened the file, is that correct?
Oh, wait. Guys, I'm having problems because I can't see the whole menu. Did your menu show up at the top? Like tools? Okay, well let me unhook. I don't know why it's cutting off. Alright, let me see if this works.
Are we supposed to download this also? Northwind also?
Yeah, download both of those. Okay, I'm here. So go to Tools. Now, you Mac users, I'm interested if this will work for you. Do you have a Tools menu?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, References.
Yeah.
You do? Oh, that's good.
I don't have references.
Okay. So you have like 3 or 4 checked items in your references?
Yeah, 5.
Okay. What I want you to go down and do is find your Microsoft ActiveX data objects.
It says that's missing. It says missing micro.
So what you can do is scroll down until you find it.
It's missing.
No,
And
it says missing.
Yeah.
Wow.
it says not present.
Apple
Yeah. All right. Well, this will be the only day we use this code. So if it's missing for Mac users, then you're gonna have to share with someone today.
Ooh. Oh yeah, it does say. My VBA does work. I have like I have Mac Excel from like
Can I see yours?
Yes. See if the last one checked. So yours looks like
You can't go down, scroll down. Oh, that's all you have.
Yeah.
Like 6 or 7.
yeah.
Oh, okay. So it was checked when I see what happened. Okay. So it was checked when I uploaded it. So now it shows it's missing on your machine. And it's checked. All right. Well, so you don't have to check it again if you have a Microsoft computer already checked. Yeah.
So, in effect, we want it to be checked.
I want it to be checked and not be missing. So I apologize to Mac users today and for this homework assignment, but it's going to require this, Microsoft. So one thing you can do is you can either use another machine on campus, or you can work with someone in the class who has it Microsoft, okay, for assignment number 3. All right. So I don't want to be unfair to people who just have it. Okay, so let's go and see what this code does. So what I did is I cobbled together some code from various places on the internet, wrote a few lines myself, and I made it possible, I didn't make it possible, but I figured out how to query, write SQL queries in Excel so that you can query other Excel worksheets. Okay, so that's what I did. I wanted you guys to be able to practice writing queries yourselves. So the worksheet we're going to query, the worksheets come from the Northwind Excel file you downloaded, and the code is in this DB macro Excel workbook. So the first thing you need to do is find the file path to that Northwind database and put it right here. So it's file path, and get the whole file path down to the .xls right there. So wherever you downloaded it and saved it, you need to point to that location. So everyone who has a Windows right now, okay, did you do it already?
I'm just highlighting it, right?
Don't just highlight it. You need to completely change this line of code to point to the database, the location of the database on your computer. So if it's in your C drive, in your
Of the Northwind.
users directory, you need to write that whole path down right there. Copy it. So right there.
How do you copy it?
So what I do is I go to where that database is in my computer. It's right here. So if I click, this is Windows, if I click here, it highlights the whole path for me.
That's just the path that you
And this is just the path. This is so I can copy and paste this, and then put another slash and write the name of the file.
There's no point doing this though. We have.
Yeah, but Mac, this isn't going to work. Macs could probably just look at the code, but it's not going to go to work.
What are you typing in at the end?
The name of the file.
Because it doesn't show up.
Anyone having problems with this? This is going to, yeah.
Besides Mac.
Besides Mac people? Yeah.
I think it's I just saved it to my desktop. I think
If you saved it to your desktop, then you just navigate to your desktop under Computer or under Documents. Then click on Desktop. Then you can see the files. And then click up here to give you the path. Well, it doesn't give you the path. Well,
Did I save it somewhere else?
go to a directory under the desktop, and then it'll show you.
No, I have it.
Go to a directory in the desktop, and then do that. You see what I'm saying? Okay. Anyone able to do this? Raise your hand if you're able to do this. There's 3 or 4 of you. Khaled, you did it. Min, did you do it? You got it, Min? Griffin? What's wrong? What's wrong? You saved it onto the desktop?
I think
Go to
that's
properties
where
of the
it's
file?
in your downloads. It doesn't work if it's in your downloads, does it?
No,
We're
you
gonna
don't want
save
to.
it.
You have to take it out of your downloads, right?
Yeah, save it somewhere out of your
So
downloads.
move it into like
Yeah.
into
Shut one.
desktop or
You get it?
somewhere else, and then you'll be able to get it.
Yeah. So, Julio, you need help? One.
Because it's in your file, right?
It doesn't, when you
Yeah.
set it,
I have a PC.
Amanda, you got it?
It's like
Melissa, that's a Mac. So did you get it, Kate?
she's working on moving it out of the Dropbox into the.
Suppose in Dropbox. I mean, it would work in Dropbox. It works from Dropbox. You just have to get the path. So this is a very fundamental ability to be able to find the path to a file.
Oh my god.
Shardul, you got it? You got it? This guy? No? You did get it.
I think you go to here and then search. What's up here?
All right. Can you help her?
There you go. And open it. You want to open up
Griffin, you got it? Shaquan, you got it? What's wrong? Did you save it on your computer?
you know how would you highlight it? So,
Can you copy? So you'll see that? Can you copy it?
After that, you type in the file.
Does it work? See or no?
file.
They're gone.
Okay, guys. Exactly the file written in the paper file. Dot the extension dot XLS. Got it? Okay.
Not quite yet.
Well, so what I put in the file path is the name of the workbook that contains the data that I want to query. And that's the Northwind database. So what we have in this code are two macros, two pieces of code. We have a function, and then we have a sub-procedure that calls the function. So what this function does, what's the name of this function? Should I zoom in? Okay. Get a record set. So what a record set is it's your results of your query. So to run the get record set function, you have to pass in a string, which is what? What's a string? It is an object. Object's the most generic. What's a string? So it's like text. So strings hold text. So to run this function, you give it a piece of text, and the text that you give it is your query, your SQL command. And it says the results of it are an object. That's not important right now. Won't matter. Okay. So what this function does, essentially, is it creates a database connection to this file. So that's what this stuff is. It says this, we're creating a variable called CN. That's going to be a database connection. RS is going to be our database record set, the result of our query. And our file path is a string, which is going to hold the name of the file that we're going to query. So we create a new connection to a database. We create this new connection to the database, and then with this with command, what it does is you can set several properties of your connection at once. So the provider property, the connection string, and this is where we give the file path. I put that inside the connection string property, the file path that we are points to the file we want to access. And then we open the connection. Okay. Then what this function does is it sets the record set variable to this type of record set, an ADO database record set. And it opens the string we sent it with the connection, and then we finally set the value of the function to the record set. So basically, when you run this function, when you run any of these functions, the value that you get out of the function is the name of the function and the value that it's given. So the name of the function is get record set, and it's given than RS. So essentially, when we run this function, we pass in a SQL command right here, and the result is the record set, which is the result of the SQL. So that's what this function does. It gives us the results of our query. So kind of complicated how I went through it just now. I'm sure you don't remember, but you need to remember that this function gives us the results of our query. So when we run this function, we use this next macro to call the function. So the name of this macro is run SQL commands. Create a record set variable that will be set equal to the results we get back from the function. So here we go. This is the important part. The record set is equal to the get record set, and here's our query. And that's the part you guys get to change today. So let me see if I can show this out of magnified view.
So that I can do this later, is this the only line under a line called your query? To make sure I can identify it later. It's called your query. Again.
Oh yeah.
Is it
So
the
right
only-
now for this assignment, the only two lines that you need to change are your query. Right, that's a comment. Your query. Change that line and change the file path. And then you should be able to do this assignment. Okay, so let's read this your query line. Okay. So Amanda, here's our query. Let's go through it so we can all understand the syntax here. So go ahead and start reading it. That's what it says, select. So select order ID. What do you think order ID is? So it's a column in the order details table. Called order. Yeah, you know what order ID is for, right? It uniquely identifies each order. It's a column in the order details table. Now notice how it's in brackets, square brackets. So that's how you reference columns or fields using this version of SQL. So you put the columns in square brackets. Okay. Then what does it say? So this is a way of creating a column in your results called total, and it's I did unit price times quantity. And you gotta get everything perfect. So this parentheses, unit price, quantity, or square brackets, we call it total. Okay, go ahead. From? Yeah, and notice how there's a dollar sign when you reference tables. There's a dollar sign. Just some really syntax that you gotta remember.
This is distinct from putting the table dot.
You can do that. We could do a table dot. We could put a table dot like
Yeah, I just
Right
that's what
here.
we learned last class, so I'm just
order, details,
right. If you
dot. That would work. It's not distinct from that. It's just we didn't do it. You know what I mean?
It's fine. I don't, but that's okay. The if you put it at the end, is it instructing the computer to get all of those columns from the order details table?
You do what at the end?
If you put order details at the end of the line,
Like it is here?
is it instructing the computer to get each of those columns from that one?
Yes. So that's the table that we're getting order ID, unit price, quantity from. Okay, so what this code does it sets the query, it runs the query, and gets the record set from that function. So now RS is equal to the result of the query. It takes your workbook, sheet 1, and it clears all the cells. That's what this line does. It then copies the results from the record set, starting in cell A2. So there's a row above that's blank. And then it goes into the field names of the record set and puts them along the first line. So that's what this code is doing. So it's copying the results into worksheet called sheet 1. And so I want you guys to try and run it. I want you to put your cursor in this subroutine and push the play button and see if it works.
RS as record set.
Oh, darn, mine doesn't even work.
Dim RS as
Anyone here get it to work? Used to work.
Before I hit play, you said we have to make a change under the comment versus your query.
Yeah, what's the change you have to make to your
Oh.
query?
The change you'll make is when you're doing the homework assignment down here at the bottom, you'll be changing that query. Answer these 3 questions. Wait, this is in class work. Here's the homework assignment right here. So
Oh, it's in this file.
for the in-class work, we're going to change that. So let me see what the problem was. This is good that I had an error, so you can watch me debug it. Yeah. Oh man, it says there's a problem with this line. Oh, that's because the name of my sheet changed to DB Macro Students because this is the student version.
Wow.
My version has all the answers on it. Now let me try it. Now see how I'm debugging and I can't push play?
Why'd you have to put your cursor in dim RS as record set? Why there?
What?
Why do you have to put your cursor in dim RS as record set when you push play?
No, I just put it somewhere inside the
somewhere.
sub.
Oh,
What? Oh,
They
I have
all
the
say
same
it.
problem again.
is there a find and replace inside macro? Inside the macro?
You should run a find and replace.
There's a few more DB macros we could change.
Oh yeah. Ah. This the last one?
No, there's one.
No, there's one.
Well, your guys should work already, right?
Okay, that's one.
Oh, that was last one. Oh yeah, I pushed play and nothing happened. Let's go look at it. See if something's there. Yeah, so something's there now.
Something.
So I got it. Mine works. Okay.